Listen, don't at me at this.
Uh-huh.
Don't. I bet that is fair. Um, I have been resting. I have eaten. I have been drinking water. I wasn't sure if my voice was gonna hold up super well. It seems like it'll be fine. Okay, mostly I've only played one match because Apcarnist was like, "New season started. You should just play a little bit." And then I saw that because they now have it attached to Epic Game, that I get to have my name. So I don't get a randomly generated name anymore, which just it makes me happy. And then he started laughing at me.
Look, the fact that that's your takeaway from this is a little surprising.
Listen, I'm not judging.
Alright, I have to see this match anyway soon. Or my opponent's gonna run out of energy.
Yeah, no more random names.
Yeah, you just have to comply by Epic's naming service. Because Epic actually, that's the one feature that Epic has, where your offensive names will get reported.
Yes.
In Steam, you can go and, you know, put some very questionable names, and yeah.
It made me happy. Oh, did I forget to check a thing? No, it's fine. I hope you're doing good, Myth. I just... Fari's like, nah, I'll just rest. No one probably wants to hear voice being slightly, like, scratchy. But it's not as scratchy as I thought. Oh.
Welcome to what's the name of the game?
Full tilt.
Yes. Oh shit! I've already got knocked off. And I'm on the same side.
It's okay, I've already gotten knocked off a few times too.
I was up once. And that time I didn't even jump. I probably should just because oh god, what the hell? Am I gonna fall so far behind that I'm going hold on. Me and you, we're in the back of the pack, we're gonna cooperate, right? Right?
I didn't know if you were talking to me for a second, and...
No. Talk about this random... I'm not that far behind you, to be honest, but I need to do my own tilting, apparently.
That's fair. Thank you, Myth. I can just tell a little bit that it sounds a little scratchy to me.
God damn... No, I can't move. Ow.
No! No! Oh.
Okay. Everyone cooperate. Everyone cooperate. Hi there. Go. No. Stop it. Everyone put to the upper
I saw that.
No. You two are going to fall. Don't worry about me. Keep on going. Okay. Okay. I should be able to... Since the final segment, this is. Got here with so much room in this area, it's actually kind of surprising.
Don't grab me, Samurai.
Samurai? That's not the later into season pass, no?
It's a different Samurai. Like, they have, like, Ghost of Tsushima skins as part of this battle pass.
Because why not?
Because why not?
Did you qualify?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured there's a tiny bit of that.
Yeah. But hey, this is self-care. You're playing a game.
Is that self-care?
Yes. I'm willing to argue it's self-care.
Let's see. Enough.
Oh, also, you're supposed to, in order to go and get some of the quests, you have to grab people.
I know. I just don't like grabbing people because I don't like being grabbed in general.
We can just grab each other, right?
That's just a hug.
Yes, but that's still grabbing each other.
Does it count?
I mean, yes. You just have to grab another player, but I'll see you on the other side.
Basically.
Last time... Hey, can I do it? Get to the yellow tube.
I missed it, just barely.
And it gives me a small advantage. Nothing that can't be utterly erased by water balloons, right?
Water balloons don't feel all that bad.
No, but they do not do it. Currently at the meeting.
Oh, jeez.
and win.
You were the first one through, weren't you?
Yeah. I was able to do. Okay, do it? Yeah. That's exactly what I did. Except I was leading the pack. Basically got a perfect run.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Which means I got a gold medal. Because I need, what, 2 gold medals to complete this thing?
I have no idea.
It's something like that. There's a special quest for Sackboy costume mix. I'm not going to ever equip it, but I'll get it.
You've never changed your costume.
Pretty much never, yeah.
Oh, internet's being wonky.
Why now?
I don't know.
Hold on. It's saying 720p. So.
I just see it
hold
dipping.
On. Actually, wait. What does it say your sources?
I double checked those this time.
Yeah.
Nah, it's claimed that it's drop frames, so it's just like, well. And also the light is indicating poor internet connection at times, so maybe Spectrum's just having a bit of a time.
So it's a day that ends in Y, right?
Very funny.
What? You act like I won.
It's not that you're lying.
Spectrum's a piece of shit, and they should be called out for it.
That's good, miss. I just keep an eye on it because I don't want it to possibly go down and me not realize it. No! Oh. Wait.
Ooh, it's gonna be close. Careful. Oh, so close. Well.
Go figure. Let's watch Apcarnist go through it some more, because that's where I lost last time too, I think.
Yep. This last time, it was not because you were slightly behind.
See, there it was again.
I didn't see it. Oh, wait, invisible temp something.
Yeah.
Mitch, can you equip that and also then find out what the fuck it's saying? Also, airtime. This late?
I mean, it's not that late.
Well, sorry, airtime as in the game. Because
yeah.
Usually they do it as like around 1 or 2 game. So you have to.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, this is actually a little unusual with so few people. So the name is what it says. Okay, I got 40% line way through. Let me hit this. Down. Fan's coming. Shit. You know what? I can do bounce. Nope. Shit.
That doesn't seem to be happening to me, so that's good at least. Let me...
Hey, survive the venom! Nope, shit! Oh! That works.
Yeah, sometimes it does that.
Yep.
Oh, there you are.
Top right corner on your screen.
Usually when you go to create the clip though, um it attaches it to your account so you can still see it. Usually at
And
least.
since there's no new finale games, well, it's the first time I've done this as a free for all in a while. Yeah, Twitch is very bad with their mobile app, and it's surprising so, given probably they have more traffic on mobile than they have on the web client, or some form of mobile at least.
Man, they're really trying to stop you.
They keep on grabbing me, so you notice.
Yep. This is all you got. Let's see. Invisibean's temp image.
Apparently they... Is this a self-announcement of a new game? No.
Doubt it.
Well, not a new game, but new, like... Ooh. That was a lag spike.
Thank you, Myth. I saw that in the game I played before, deciding that like, okay, I guess I'll just do this as stream.
No, 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 you're getting cut off. Fuck you. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Well, this is bad. Ooh. Oh, shit. No, no, no. Fuck. I was not going to survive.
Oh, I figured that you would have gone the other way back.
I couldn't. There was too much of a gap.
Oh.
It's just...
I'm so glad that we can actually use users' names again. Hey, Katie. Fall Guys finally made it to where you can have your own username. That's like the main thing I'm excited about for right now. I think that was a big thing that like I kind of voiced, like doing a survey of like I would like.
You know what the filter is, Katie? Epic now owns Mediatronic, and they're using is linked to an Epic Game account. That's the filter.
Yeah, it is. That is a filter.
That's the one thing Epic definitely has done better than Steam.
Sorry, I'm just remembering. I got full Peabody suit now. Where are them? Where are them legs? There it is. See, I have full Peabody now.
Yay! After going through the rotation, how many times?
I don't know. They were never together. I grabbed the top at one point, and then I grabbed the body at another point. Also, internet seems to be kind of hiccupy. So, Spectrum doing its thing. I'm ready whenever you are.
Oh, ready. Oh, it desynced us.
Well.
Well, one of us has to leave this party.
Wait, why did they sync us? Oh, it doesn't show you. It doesn't show me as ready for you, and it still shows me in my Santa costume.
Yeah.
Uh
Hold on. Leave group, and then. Oh, cool. Now. Hold on.
That happens.
I don't think I can invite.
Gosh.
Oh, sorry. Now it says unable to create a party at this time.
Weird.
I'm going to restart during this.
Leave group.
Oh.
No.
And. Yeah, no, Katie. There's no rush. We will hopefully have it set up so that I can.
Be in the other room
Yes.
and have better audio with being able to hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says unable to create a party at this time. Please try again or restart the game if error persists.
Well,
Peabody was too powerful, is what this is
you
telling me.
broke the game.
I broke the game with Peabody.
Are you proud of yourself?
I'll restart too.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it's something real quick. This time actually real quick and not, yeah.
It's okay. Steam was unable to sync your files to your cloud
That's what it
input.
said to me also.
Road. Hey, Cam. Oh, is it? That would make sense. They just started season 6.
Failed to log in. Please check your connection. Well, that's...
Suddenly I ain't called in all the time at work kind of halted my art for a bit. That is fair. Guess it means that they're just kind of like, Katie, we need your help. Katie, we need you to come in. I know it's your day off, but please come in. Come in, Katie. Can you hear me? Over.
Failed to log in. Okay. So, here's what I'm wondering. Is this where I go to the Epic Game Store and actually download Fall Guys and see if that will fix the problem?
Oh, but I think you would have to buy it separately, wouldn't you?
That's a good question, actually. I forgot it costs money.
It does cost money. Video games cost money.
I mean...
Yep. Failed to log in. Please check your connection. Well...
I'm wanting to blame Steam.
You're blame Steam.
Oh, it's not even on... Oh, it's not even on the Epic Game Store yet.
Yet. Welcome to Troubleshooting the Stream, where both people and the technology are currently not functioning at high capacities. Well, there's some music, but where's the video game? It's claiming that I've been disconnected from Steam.
Oh, so it's definitely a Steam issue then.
Definitely a Steam issue.
Cool. Exit?
I know you all can hear the music and can't see it right now. It's, I think it's taking a sec. Can I?
It's not, but yeah, it doesn't seem like it's an influx of people from Steam. It's an influx of, it's just Steam deciding to die.
Basically. Their Steam summer sale was too powerful, and all the people were playing the video games all at once.
I actually don't remember the last game I bought on Steam.
Um,
I want to say it's Comic Poster.
what?
Coaster, that puzzle game?
What?
The one where you're transporting aliens to their homes.
Wait, was that before or after getting the car loser?
Oh, I forgot about that. That was before.
Okay. So that was the actual one.
Yeah.
Love it when Epic and others log me out. Yep. Sure do. Sure do. No, that's definitely not.
Yep, Steam is just dead.
Steam is just dead for you?
Yeah.
I still have the game up, but it's not wanting to catch it on stream. Well. I guess we at least have the music. So you know I'm not lying.
Well, clearly, this is a good time to play Pokemon.
How dare you?
Look, I might actually not, and may actually win in like 2 turns this time. Yeah, for those curious what the fuck I'm talking about, I've been jokingly playing around with Pokemon TCG. And I'm actually like a little bit invested, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to try to make this deck. But obviously making a deck is hard. Especially when everything is bound to account. Well, I mean, there's a trade system, but I don't know how you get stuff that's not bound to account. Ooh, cool. I drew a giant brick.
Yeah, getting the game back. I have to adjust it because it decides that it just wants to be its own size at times, but it's there.
It's been a long weekend.
Now we have game accompanied.
Of course, I have to start playing Pokemon in order for it to actually decide, hey.
Clearly that was the mistake. Clearly.
Okay, no, I need to probably restart Steam again.
No. It only shows one friend online for me, which tells me that Steam died. Steam actually died there for a moment. I'm just gonna play a match then while you're getting your Pokemon figured out.
My Pokemon figured out?
Your Pokemon figured out.
Clearly, it's the Pokemon that needs figuring out, not the fact that, you know.
But, after last stream, I was gonna fall asleep early. I was playing I was planning to fall asleep at a normal time. And, I see you, Internet.
Ah, there it goes. Updating ticket? What ticket? This is not Jira.
It's not Jira yet. I just saw, like, the internet take a hot dip there for a second. So, this is just all the tech issues, I guess, all wrapped up into one.
Yep. Wait, are you doing that? You doing that as their opening round party promenade?
Why not? Yeah, it's the internet's taking a hot dip. Go figure. I decided to just like I'll just do it anyway, and instead
you said fuck it, we'll do it live.
It's not even the fact that I would do it live, just the fact that like fuck it, I'll just be excited over Fall Guys right now, and mostly the name. And instead, it's like, nah, I actually don't want you playing online. I don't want you to have internet at all. Steam isn't even launching. Apex. Rude. I usually play Apex on Origin. With this season, I have once more downloaded it off of Steam, though. So I just have 2 copies of Apex.
Only eating up a fuck ton of memory on your computer.
Only.
Hey, you got on that.
No! You jinxed me.
Well, I was just talking about you got on the.
Oh no! Steam said no fun allowed, apparently.
I mean, that's not surprising, given its Steam. Hey,
They're just kind of like, we got all the monies from the summer sale. Time to crash. I'm just mostly really happy about the fact that I get to have my own user's name and I don't have to be on console for it. Wasn't that what? Wait, no. That was the autumn sale. Yeah, winter sale is going to be coming up. Take the money and run. Yes, that's basically what happened.
I mean, talk about crypto here. Look.
No, it's fine. We found out a lot of crypto stuff the last couple days. It's fine. I just realized I did not finish telling small story. Was that when we were in bed, I kept hearing something scratching, and I was just like, it sounds like there's something maybe in the wall, like scratching, and he thought it was the heater, because sometimes it does make a sound when it decides that it wants to work. It has a mind of its own. So
yeah, honestly, we should call our Cinder, but we've been avoiding him since that's like.
We still need to call him about the fact that the toilet leaks a little bit.
What are you talking about?
And something under the sink is leaking again, so a lot of things. Anywho's. And then the scratching sound had moved to the door of our room, and I was just like, oh no, I know what's happened. The mouse that's here that we still haven't told our super about is stuck in the room with us.
Yeah.
And sure enough, I get up and the little guy's just scratching at the door, trying to figure out how to get out of the room. And it's just like, oh no, buddy, you're not supposed to be in here. This is like the worst place for you to be right now. So I try to get stuff off the floor to kind of like segregate of like, okay, where is this little guy? I need to open the door and basically just let him out, because it's just like, I don't really have anything to catch him with in here safely that's not gonna hurt him, and I'm just gonna see about letting him out. I close the closet doors, I move some stuff around, and I figure that like I want to be able to actually see him leave the room so I can like close the door, go to bed. After a while, I hear scratching. And it's just like, motherfucker, I've locked you in the closet, haven't I? So then I move stuff from the closet and once more have to sit and wait of like, okay, which door are you in? Which closet did I lock you in? Because if I locked you in one of the closets, it might be alright to leave you there for the night. We figure this out in the morning. But of course, the closet he was in actually has something pretty expensive in there. And it's just like, oh, you have a chance of ruining that. We're just gonna have to let you out then. So I open the door to the bedroom and I open the door to the closet and I wait for him to leave. And I go to close the door and he runs into the office. And it's just like, fuck. And the office has Apcarnist's important work computer things. So it's just like, heck. Well, I guess I'm gonna try catching this mouse then and seeing what I can do. Oh, I just got yeeted off. Yep, them cables. And there was already signs that the mouse had at one point been on top of this desk. So it's just like, heck. So you know how to get up here somehow. So I need to make sure that like I can try and see about catching you. After a while of trying to kind of clean up in there a little bit to make it less for him to hide in, and then him deciding that he was locked in because the door was closed, he figured out that apparently there is just enough gap of underneath the door in the closet for him to shimmy under. So he was hiding in the closet. And after a while, it's just kind of like, you know what? I'm tired. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning at this point. And you're going to leave anyway. I'm done with trying to like catch you safely. So I'm just going to open both of the doors. I'm going to go into my own room. You leave when you're ready to leave. I'm going to try and sleep. And I still didn't get to sleep until like an hour and a half later. Woke up to my nose being stuffy and eventually throughout the day just acquiring like a fever and just sneezing a whole bunch. So it's just like cruel. I ended up taking cold medicine last night and basically passing out when trying to watch a video with Apcarnist. Okay, there's so many more people online now, so I think it's okay. Yeah, I'm not stuck in here. You're stuck with me. Oh, 40 gigabyte file to download. Yeah.
Yeah, because the index is like 70 something.
Oh, I tried to invite you. Did it not work?
See it, but
That's fine.
Come on, my opponent, please. Take your turn faster.
Are you really trying to like
Well,
double?
Yes. Yeah. Look, it's not my fault that my opponent is. Okay, my opponent has 3 minutes less than me, even though he's running a much more straightforward deck than me. He's thinking way too hard to try to survive, and it's just like, please stop.
I just saw the internet take another dip, so whoopsies. Luckily, the fever is not as apparent today. Definitely still having a lot of like the body pain just because of how apparently I was laying. Because apparently not sleeping on a good bed for a good while did ended up affecting me more than I wanted to. I see that chunkin'. Hello. We're just all kind of hanging out. And there's being kind of iffy. Doing good. Still have a little bit of my cold, but I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing good.
You're right behind me.
Yeah, I am, right. Nope. Just fall. Yeah, cold suck. It's definitely the season for it. Oh, no. Yeah, season 6 started yesterday?
Yes.
Yes, yesterday.
Because there's a celebration.
And they're doing a specific mode where you just get to try out the new maps. Oh, jeez. Also, Katie, how was Black Friday? Was that hectic or anything, or was it not too bad? Oh, no, I missed. I missed. I missed. I see you've already managed to get through.
Yep, I did.
Mm. Chaotic? Oh no. Usually is. Did the people asking for PS5 not realize the PS5 shortage right now?
When you surprise them, they don't realize the shortage. The answer is no, right?
I guess not.
While I was in midair, I actually quickly switched over because, like, shit, it's my turn.
Like, you basically have to, like, go on a hunt at this point for a PS5.
Or you can do what I do, which is pay $15 for a year of the GameStop Pro, which gave you exclusive access to buy PS5s.
Yeah. Which I'm surprised that actually worked and that more people didn't just be like...
Scalpers aren't, like, they're not willing to put for that extra little bit of money for some reason.
I guess not. Oh, I haven't done this one yet.
Yep.
I know it's just staying in the light, but...
Well, it should stay in the air.
Oh, I thought it was staying specifically in the light area from what I saw from yours.
No, the whole entire light is the...
Whoops. Because it stops counting for me as soon as, like, as soon as I'm out of it.
Yes. I mean,
Whoops.
that's why I mean don't fall, because the whole entire area is still light. Oh shit, nope. Bounce up. And shit, nope. I just have a baby.
Whoops. Man, I don't think I don't think I got this. Hi? Can I just stay here? Nope, I can't. Well...
You tried.
I tried. I could just... You know what? I could just stay here. No, I can't, apparently. This works. Mostly. Did not quite have enough. Like, if you're going to get a PS5, you can't just assume that, like, any video game place is gonna have it. There's still a shortage. This is basically the Wii all over again.
Oh god, that reminds me. Just how hell it was.
Oh, bye frames.
I remember how bad it was to get a Wii. I don't know why the Wii got so fucking popular either.
Were there more Wii's? I thought I remembered there just not being Wii's for like a super long time. There also were not a whole heck of a lot of PlayStation 3s.
This is the other one that you saw. Leading light.
Yeah, which is following the beam of light.
Yep. And you can see it's actually kind of a short game, but you get to see how it gets lucky.
Just see it put up a sign that says no more PS5s. That's fair. But they probably wouldn't do that, Myth, because if they did that, that means that people would not come in. Oh, wait, you do? Oh.
Shit. No, I'm cutting off everyone.
You know what, Katie, that checks out. People don't read.
Oh, no, fuck! Shit.
There are so many people that don't read.
Nope, nope. God damn it. My own trick was used against me. Okay. Okay. Stay in the light. Stay in the light.
This is fine.
Okay.
See?
It was fine. It just needed.
Yeah, that's basically the first rule of customer service, honestly, is that people don't read. People read half of it and just be like, I know what it said, and it's just like you show them exactly what it says, and they're just kind of like, well, it should have been listed out clearer. And it's just like, I don't know how much clearer I could have been with that, honestly. Yep, people don't read and then they get mad at you.
Also, hello, new person. If we didn't notice you.
No, I said hi.
Okay.
I just figured they're lurking.
Yeah. And mine, well, to be fair, I grew up in the town. My hometown is about 5,000 people, and the school district I went to, the town that was in was about 15,000 people. And yeah, maybe a little more than 15,000. But there was definitely a waste shortage at our home place. And like, it's the only reason why we're easily able to get a Wii is my mother was good friends with the person who worked behind the electronics.
No, that's fair.
We might have done things that Walmart would not have approved of.
Listen, Walmart doesn't give a shit about its employees, so we're not going to give a shit about what they think.
That is it.
That's my stance on it.
I 100% believe in this stance, to be fair, so. Okay, this side. Okay, easiest way of doing this is walk on the left side. Forward.
I don't remember if I told story on stream, but my experience with getting a Wii, because it was a small town, so we did not get a whole lot of like the new game consoles on release. I stood in line after work at a Fred Meyer's, and it was during the winter time, and I definitely forgot my hoodie. So I was in my work pants, my work t-shirt, and I basically did like the whole like making your shirt a tent so you can like have warmth and not have to worry about the fact that you don't have a hoodie. Did you make it? You made it.
Yeah.
I couldn't see your number or your arrow there for a second.
Yeah, the arrow was pretty small.
Yeah. And I had stayed there until my parents had, or my dad had came back specifically and had made sure to bring hoodie for me, because he had to go drop I think somebody else off at work before he could bring me back a hoodie, and he made sure I got food, and he ended up standing in line with me, so he had gotten a Wii to be able to effectively scalp, because we were poor, and at the time that was the only real way we were able to get any sort of extra money. It was definitely not for obscene amount of pricing as scalpers do today.
Please leave me alone. Okay, this guy is really kind of
Yeah, being extremely grabby. And I had used my money from my part-time job to buy a Wii as a family gift. And we had told him that, like, we didn't really manage to get one, so. No, we definitely didn't buy 10. Like, I bought one for the family, and my father bought one, and that was it. It wasn't like buying as many as we could to like resell every single one of them. Not like scalpers you see today. Oh my goodness! I saw that.
He got knocked off himself because he was an idiot. Whatever.
That's rude.
I'm not watching the end of this.
I kind of want to see how this chaos ensues or resolves.
Well, that guy was about to get down, but I am on the delay because I'm refusing to turn around.
No, you're fair. There goes the ice cream.
Yeah, that cream is so dead.
This other person that's being grabby. The other person that was being grabby with you is still alive.
Yeah, well, there were two.
Oh,
one of them fell.
One of them won.
Aww.
Yeah, the other one that was in like the tux.
Yeah.
Yeah, they won.
I still need grab players.
I still need grab players too, and I don't like being grabby.
Wait, what's this?
What?
Like, what is that last item? It's the Sackboy shit. Sackboy's shit.
Yeah.
Is that not?
I was pushing the wrong button, I guess, to preview it. It's cute.
All that loading up. I think if we see if we can get some diagnostic logs.
Hey, Hero. I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still not 100%. Voice was a little bit more scratchier when I was contemplating not streaming. And then I got excited when I saw that I had my name on here. So I was just like, well, I could just explain that, like, I'm not 100% and that voice is still a little scratchy. Hopefully you're having a good day. Apcarnist laughed at me over it. For out of all the things that Season 6 has brought, I'm excited for the fact that I have my own name now. Yeah, I'm up for it. So long as, like, internet holds up for it, because so far, it has been a little chonking back and forth. Which I don't know what's up. I've been keeping an eye on it, and I double-checked the settings. The settings haven't changed. Especially after the last time it was doing stuff like this. So, it's purely, from my understanding, just internet. Steam has also gone down during this stream that's only been an hour, so, you know. The stream has gone places. Sounds good. Uh-oh.
We're not starting on the same side, so...
No, it's fine. I saw the, like, Wi-Fi icon on the game for a second, like, blinking. And I think it was trying to tell me that, like, hey, buddy, your internet's being kind of wonky right now.
People...
Please don't be grabbing.
We don't have to cooperate with you fuckers. Jump pads, right?
What do you mean you don't have to qualify?
Cooperate.
Or cooperate. Oh, yeah.
Jump pads make that process a lot easier, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, we're not sliding.
Yeah, that's why one of the many reasons, I should say, switched off of... Whoopsies. I meant to try and get around that, but I did not. Moved over to OBS Studios, and... feel like I'm still trying to figure out a lot of it.
People, cooperate, please.
No cooperation, only chaos.
Have you qualified yet?
No. Bold of you to assume that in a game of worse seesaw that I would qualify.
I was not worse than Seesaw.
Oh, this is worse than Seesaw.
No, it's not. You're off ahead of me now. Because I fell. And that makes you qualify. Yep. You know what? I can do this. I should. Should be good. I don't see. Fuck you, pigeon.
They are trying to be grabby. And yeah, I could have been grabby at the end there, but I really didn't want to be. I don't like being grabby with people unless they're being grabby with me first. Have you been able to move your stuff off of Steam Labs yet, Myth, or no? I just saw somebody disappear.
Nope. That's.
Whoops.
Took an early die. Dang. I don't know what's. Okay, what's on this side?
Oh no!
I think I found the meta.
Which is...
Oh, no, never mind. I was able to bounce on the little jump pads that are right next to...
Oh, whoops.
Okay.
I'm just real bad at being able to grab anything.
Not quite first, but... Not sure.
No. I have trouble staying on any of them.
Yeah, it is a challenge. This was the one when I thought you might not. But hey, you qualified.
That's good.
It's swinging around.
That is fair, Myth. Everyone's doing it in their own time they're able to process it. I still need to move some stuff off of Streamlabs myself. Because a lot of my notifications and stuff are on there. And I would like to be able to have them off of there. This one's... This one.
I'll try not to fuck you over. Here, I'll put the button. Go.
Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
I cannot tell. Oh, like, are you even in this crowd?
Yep.
Go hit this button just for shit and go. I'm going actually up here. There.
No! I'm out of the circle. Ow!
That way is getting away from everyone. Who's there? Even the sunlight! Hey.
Yuri went through.
Yeah, I was like the third or fourth place. Oh, so you know what helps when you're debugging? If you're debugging the right device.
That generally helps, yes. That is generally a good thing.
For those who thought me playing Pokemon at the same time as Fall Guys was too much, I'm also trying to get some work done. Mostly idle work, but also this does require some like active participation on my behalf.
Some.
Hence why if you hear random music, I apologize.
Well, hopefully it's not music that will get me DMCA'd. You laugh, but if stream got muted because of music.
Yeah, you can blame me. I'm not denying that. I'm just like ooh, that was the hell of a
Oh, I sure would like to get past one of these. I'm probably not going to make it at this rate, but I'm still going to try it.
yeah.
Oh, this one. Oh, this one. Also, something that I'm real happy about is Netflix, when they did release Stone Ocean today, and with it is it's 12 episodes apparently. I don't know if it's going to be the entirety of Stone Ocean, but the fact that they are gracing us with just like, here's 12 episodes for you to have is very nice. Yeah, I was not gonna make that.
Steven's having a lot of trouble early on.
Yeah, for some reason, just getting past the fists was just a problem.
I'm sorry.
And then getting past the fans was a problem. Or specifically, like, not being bungeed. And those are worse than the other, like, bungee fans that we've come across, I feel like. Much more finicky. Well, you're gonna be doing thin ice, so.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a quick death.
It may or may not be a quick death. I was watching some of the episodes earlier. Part of me is just kind of like, maybe I shouldn't chew through all these, but also the other part of me is just like, well, I could just chew through this, and then I could go back to my original plan, which is watching what I was doing when I was grinding Mass Effect, which was re-watching / listening to them while I was grinding the resources from planets. And
no holding out your hands, please. Thank you. I don't want your hugs. What's convenient to go over here? I'm gonna regret this decision immediately. Holy shit.
lots of chaos. I was reminded that also this particular season of JoJo, of I guess
series.
this story arc,
Okay.
has a lot of stand.
Fuck you!
Wow, I saw that. That was rude.
I was pushing against them. I should have probably just grabbed them.
Probably, but you didn't know. This story arc has a lot of stands that are a direct reference to American artists. And from my understanding, it's American artists that he liked and would listen to a lot when he was making these story arcs. Like, as an example, one of, like, the first stands you come across in it is, it's Goo Goo Dolls. And I was interested to see how they were going to be able to handle it with the dub, especially for the fact that this isn't the only reference to it. Like, there's a Queen's reference. There's, like, I think there's a Metallica reference. There's a lot of references. There are, like, the ending song to Diamond is Unbreakable is a Savage Garden song. Specifically the one called I Want You. Part 2. I'm pretty sure it was part... No, wait, that was part 3, right? Stardust Crusaders, specifically. Stardust Crusaders, their ending song for the anime was Walk Like an Egyptian. Pretty sure that was Stardust Crusaders, at least. I could always double check. But Stone Ocean came out today, Cam. And there are 12 episodes just right there for the watching. So you could just like binge watch all 12 episodes if you want. Ah, Roundabout, yes. Roundabout is also a jam. Which where is it? Which was funny because Spotify also, I guess, does like a yearly like thing, and 3 of the songs in the top 5 for me is JoJo music, and it's just like, whoops. Well, I guess you made it into the top 5 for this year, JoJo. He'd play the intro? Nice. The first couple parts were kind of funny because it's just kind of like, you're the main character, so here's like what your soundtrack would sound like. Oh, no worries. So they picked some songs that would just be like my opening credit sequence, the song that would be like my reflection on like and a teardrop falling into a type of thing, and it's just like, you know, these are pretty good actually, and I'm kind of
Fucking hell! I bubble tumbled by the water balloons.
I made it through.
Yeah, I had to be at the same time. I was being attacked for a hot second.
Oh, I missed that. Heck.
Boom.
Let's see. Like, what it deems as like the opening credits theme would be the Little Lion Man, Mumford and Sons. Okay, the specifics is that this song playing as a single tear drop onto your reflection in the pond, which I don't know why, but that just made me immediately think of like Inuyasha. And that's like the song I picked for that was Reflection from Hollow Knight. And it's just like, oh, you're not wrong. The song playing as you defeat the ancient vengeful spirit is the Bone Shuffle, the DM Dokuru version. And it's just like, you're not wrong. But also, why are you picking the papyrus music for the song that would be playing when I defeat the ancient vengeful spirit? And I've apparently the top song I listened to all year was Last of the Real One by Fall Out Boys, and I apparently only listened to it 86 times. And part of me is like, I want to say I listened to it more than that, but maybe that was just a whole lot when we were in the car ride and I listened to it off of his account too.
Oops, shit. Nope. Okay. I'll just take the...
Oh, whoops. Well,
Oh, god damn it. Nope. Oh.
win against the Vengeful Spirit? I have no idea. Unless you mean another win. In which case, I'm sorry for misunderstanding. Whoopsies. Hi.
Oh shit. Nope. I am having troubles here.
I
You're doing better than me.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, fuck.
In Apex, you have to be the last team surviving. You have to be the last team alive to be able to win.
Oh, come on. Oh, shit.
Which can happen by any number of ways, but, like...
Typically is why you killing them.
Oh, wait, how did we... Oh, was there, like, a weird way you won? I'm sorry for misunderstanding. Oh, jeez. Nope, that was the wrong time to jump.
Okay. There we go.
No!
Oh, come on! Yes! You got to put a close spot. Are you running yourself?
Like, somehow we won? That's fair.
Yeah, no, there have been multiple times that we didn't even see the enemy team before. One of my most favorite ones is that there were 4 teams left on Olympus, and it was me, Calvi, and Arando. And for some reason, like, all 3 teams pinned us down, and I was able to slip out somehow. The Octane rage quit as soon as they died, for the upper 3 teams fought, and I just stood at I was able to get around, stand at the edge of the ring, and I had my G7 out, just waiting for them. And suddenly, it's like, and I sent out a hack trying to find them. I couldn't find them, and then suddenly it's, you are the champion. It's like, what?
They didn't respect the ring.
No, they just kind of mosh. Okay.
We've had games like that. We've had games where we have not fired our guns once.
Yep.
And
Infamously, I won a game where the only thing we ever did was just shoot 1 EMP.
I don't even think I did that.
No, you didn't do that. I did that. No, come on. Okay.
That's what I mean. Like, I didn't even come close to anything like that.
No, you didn't even see them. Okay.
Oh no, I'm
Shit,
stuck.
shit, I'm at 99%.
No, no, no.
Oh no!
Well,
You might still qualify. You only have 4% left. Come on. You got this. Yay! That's what at least it wasn't just you that got thrown off track. It was like everyone.
it was everyone.
I didn't see what the like pack was, but
Apparently, Spotify has determined my top music moods for my audio aura are spooky and determination.
Sure. You understand why I laugh.
No, I don't actually.
I don't understand. It just seems very odd. I haven't looked at it on my phone. I probably should.
I mean, it's fun to see what they came up with. So why is that funny to you?
I mean, just thinking determination is like, yeah, you listen to a lot of Undertale.
And JoJo.
I still know jack shit about JoJo. Beyond.
I mean, I gave you kind of the crash course of it, and you didn't even want that really, so...
Yeah, it went in one ear out the other, to be fair.
Aww. I wasn't even listened to?
No!
Heck.
You were listened to, it just... It kind of was like the eye glaze over effect.
Oh, that wasn't even interesting to listen to?
No!
My favorite topic was not listened to or retained at all.
I mean... I was listening to you. I just like, oh god, like, I can listen to a work meeting where I should be able to understand everything.
Oh no, now I'm being compared to work. Truly, I have fallen.
Well, get qualified. You can get to a finale. How about that?
Too late. I'm unredeemable.
Well, you're ahead of me, so.
Not by much.
So, I'm going to take a risk and get the all fight.
Okay.
Did you qualify?
Yeah.
A couple spots behind me.
Guys, you're in a hole. Keep thinking. I'm not really mad at him. I just find it funny to see how far I can take it. To be fair, it was a very unprompted, like, rundown. Like, he didn't really ask about it. He just asked about the fact of, like, weren't you watching an anime? Why is this, like, why is English music playing type of thing? Like an American artist. Which then just sent me into explaining that and explaining Stone Ocean, like, having, like, the American band names and how he really likes them and how just all the differences and all the parts and...
Everything I didn't ask.
Everything he didn't ask for. Oh, there's a fan.
Fans.
I didn't realize that. Heck.
I think it's just one.
So it was a very unprompted information. It's very much the... I just think of it as a jar of just like...
Oh, shit.
My apology jar. Whoops, I'm dead. Well, if anyone needs to take their meds.
Take your meds! Shit, shit, shit! Okay. I was able to jump through the gap somehow. And there's 5 of us. Well, there's... Also, fuck. Why is that fan not just gonna take me? And...
Okay, to finish my thought process. It's very much, I think, of that meme of the jar where it's just like the apology jar and the unpromptly, like, talking about X subject jar. Because that definitely happens with JoJo. It happens with quite a few things, to be fair, but JoJo is a big one.
I'm supposed to be performing emotes for my daily.
Huh?
I said I'm supposed to be performing emotes for my daily.
Oh, I'm supposed to still grab people, but I don't really want to grab people.
Well, you have to do it anyway, so do it.
I don't want to.
Grab them when it's like at a checkpoint. Also,
That
what
feel?
the fuck is going on? Well, if it's at a checkpoint, the worst that can happen is that they fall.
Exactly. The worst that happens is that they fall.
But right at the checkpoint, so they just basically get back. What the hell is going on here?
I don't know. I've apparently.
This application's a piece of shit.
Yes. But you knew this.
I knew this, but also it's baffling.
It is a time and a half. I've also apparently listened to 33 different genres this year, and they put in there, but we would have been proud even if you exclusively listened to whale sounds. Top genres are video game music, emo, pop rock, chill hop, and dance pop. I don't know what qualifies as that, but okay. And apparently Wonderful is the one that I've listened to most podcast-wise. I haven't listened to a whole lot of podcasts on the Spotify app just because I was originally listening to all of them on, like, Google Music, and then Google Music decided to just not exist anymore.
Don't they still have their podcast app?
They do, but it's bad.
I mean, at one point, it was still better than iHeartRadio app. Before.
It's debatable.
At least it wasn't spamming with ads that were full screen. Oh, wow. Hi there.
Hi.
I'm surprised. I've been needing this.
We both took it. We both took it.
Ow. Fuck. As I came down, I got a water balloon to the face.
Me too. So, Google Music was an okay app. Like, it functioned as it was supposed to most of the time. Sometimes it would have its hiccups, but for the most part, it was pretty okay. And then they decided that, like, hey, Google Music is now just going to be YouTube Music. And
YouTube Music is a piece of shit.
YouTube Music is a piece of shit. Because it's basically like you're playing the music videos off of YouTube rather than just the music sometimes. So sometimes it would have just the audio file that you could listen to, but even though it had the audio file on Google Music and they could have imported it into YouTube Music, they decided that they didn't exist in YouTube Music, and if you wanted to listen to the song, you had to listen to the music video, even though the audio version was on Google Music. It didn't make sense. So one of the things that they had tried doing when there's kind of like, hey, we're shutting this down, you can import all of your library over to Google Music and also import it in, like any podcast you listen to can be imported into Google Podcasts. I tried several times to get that to work, and it's just kind of like, sorry, your account doesn't exist for us to have a library here. It's just like, this is the same exact account. Any troubleshooting I found wasn't helpful because it's like, it should be there, and it's just like, it's not there, and it's not letting me. And if they're just kind of like, well, if it says it doesn't have anything, it doesn't have anything. So it's just like, so I was at one point starting to kind of manually move things over. But one of the things that the Google Podcasts app was doing is that it would randomly start over. Sometimes I would get to a point in the podcast and it would just decide to, like, you know what? I have now forgotten where I am in this podcast, so we're going to stop. And if you push play again, I'm going to start back at the beginning. So trying to car drive and listen to a podcast and not mentally knowing where you are in said podcast was
Fucking fan.
was a little rude.
Okay, I can hold here for a hot second, and then. So, with. Oh, damn. You're a few percent ahead of me. Oh.
Yeah, it did not make sense, Smith, because they clearly had it. They clearly had the capability of being able to do it.
Oh wow, you won.
I don't think I was first, but
No, you were first.
I was first.
Yes, you got a gold medal. Which you need 3 of them anyway, so.
How do you know I got a gold medal?
Because when they popped up your name, it had a trophy by it.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Oh god, I might not even qualify.
Yeah, it literally easier to listen to music on YouTube than YouTube music. Like, it's easier to be able to just
No, I'm not gonna
buy the YouTube Red to be able to have the ad-free experience. Make a playlist of the music you want to listen to and just listen to it that way than it was using the app. And at one point when they stopped upgrading the Google Music because they were moving over to the YouTube Music, it just started falling apart. It just started disintegrating. It had trouble remembering where I was on things. And it's just like, they've given up on you as an app and you're going to cease to function. At one point, I was still gonna try to continue on with the whole YouTube music thing, but it wasn't worth it. So I was going to dig into Pandora, but then Spotify was around, so it's just like, you know what? Spotify offered me 3 months of free music, ad free. Why not? We'll just do this. Yeah, like, I cannot foresee any reason why they would have done this.
Arrogance.
Either arrogance, wanting to have the YouTube label on things, and with having the YouTube label on things, maybe it meant a different team was handling it rather than the Google team. I don't really know. And fundamentally, I'm never going to know, because I'm just not a part of that team. Oh, please. It's also... No, you're fine. It's also a big shame that a lot of YouTube's ad has changed to be just super aggressive with their ads, depending on how big the creator is. Like, if I go to watch a Playframes video, I'll get like one ad at the beginning, and then that's basically it. If I was to go, per se, watch like a Game Grumps video, that thing's gonna be littered with ads every like 10 minutes, and it's just like, I don't really want an ad every 10 minutes. I just kind of want to put something on and just leave it alone. Oh, jeez. I'm definitely not going to be winning this, but...
You never know. Hey, looky here. Look at who's in the lead.
What? Excuse me?
There's a wrong path somewhere?
There's a wrong path somewhere.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Everyone's lost then. Go to the left.
I think so. No? Straight. Straight. What? No. What?
Oh my god.
What happened? No, froggies, don't. No.
That was so... Oh.
That's when you zoom the marker to the end of the video and then you restart the video and no more ads. That is a good workaround.
Wow, that was... I've had that happen before. Where they just like a random loop. And it's just like, your mind just kind of gets blocked and it's like, how do I get through this?
Basically. Well, we tried and failed.
Yeah, you got far from me. I need to go and still get grabbed and party me.
I'll also eventually need to get grabs. It's just I'm real bad at grabbing people. Is there a difference between YouTube Premium and YouTube Red? I haven't looked in a hot minute. Which I could probably look up. They might be. Same service. Hello.
Hello? Gotcha.
Why, hello there. You might be wondering what I'm doing on top of this horse. Sorry, that just made me think of the Old Spice commercials that are just so off the top. I hope you're having a good night or day.
Okay, this is where it would
depending on your time zone.
Like that, and because I'm pretty sure I can just catch up, I'm just going to start grabbing people right after the opening area. So I can get my 5 grabs in and never have to do it again.
Well, I guess if you're gonna do it, would be on first round.
Where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many grabs I need, but I need... Oh.
I know at one point they called it different names. Like, one... It used to be called YouTube Premium and they called it YouTube Red. Or I might be flipping that and it's gone from Red to Premium. I don't know. I'm sorry, random people. I need to grab. I think that was enough grabs, though.
Is it time for grab?
No!
Come on. You laughed a little bit at that joke.
Listen, I enjoyed it, but also now I just wish that, like...
You came up with it first?
Yes. The trapeze is definitely faster. Oh no! Everything's fine. Nope. Listening to YouTube videos is the only way to sleep, so I need to not have ads. That is fair. I like being able to have something run in the background and just being able to listen into it. And both are different from YouTube TV, which YouTube is basically a replacement for me. That is fair. Also, I hope you're doing good, TRM. I'm sure I've slowly inflicting, maybe if that's the word, with Apcarnist just having puns flow through them.
Um, it's funny that you bring up YouTube TV because uh, one of the interviews that I did back in like June was for a company called Fubo TV, which is one of the many services like Sling and YouTube TV and whatnot. That's basically like, oh, you're cutting your cord, but don't you want this network television? It's like, no. The reason why I'm cutting my cord is so I don't have this network television. And like the only thing I was really watching anyway was Food Network.
Which they've moved a majority of the stuff to the Discovery Plus.
Yeah, and it's like I will just pay the $5 a month for that if I'm going to go for it.
Which I mean, we were thinking about it because.
And then we realized we have Netflix.
I mean, I never forgot about Netflix. Which apparently Netflix is now going to be putting in local taxes into its payments. Which, is whatever. Like.
It's like another 8.5% given New York City.
Something like that. I don't know what it'd be, but it'll be there, and it's just like, okay. I would just like to know how much it is so I can account for that, please. Thank you. No! The fan! The fan got me.
Yeah, you kind of have to keep on moving. That's the only way you can really...
No!
Oh! You qualified.
Aw, lonely house. Oh, poor puppo.
But the reason why, like, Fubo TV actually has an office here in New York City and whatnot, wasn't trying to reopen an office. They still had an office. And the reason why I actually went and said no to them is because they, it's public knowledge that they acquired some sports betting company. And what they were trying to do, and I don't know if I'm even technically supposed to say it, but fuck it.
I mean, you don't have to say fuck it.
I mean, I'm not okay. Fine, then I won't say fuck it. I'll just say it. They were trying to make it so that they were fucking made it so that you can watch the game and then as the game's going on, they'll just give you prompts or like, hey, you can make this bet on a particular aspect of the game, so on and so forth. And then it's like it's not really going to catch on. And then I heard about how Fox Sports basically does that on their fucking television broadcasts. Oh crap! Where literally instead of like getting stats for like players and whatnot, they're just going in.
Man, I am not making this.
No, not anymore. I think you have more percent than me.
I had like 3%.
Oh. Probably get more.
No. I had 3% before getting to touch the light again, so.
Okay, I thought you were ahead of me.
No.
I mean, you still might make it. It's just...
Oh, wow.
You still might make it.
No.
Wait. See, that might be to your benefit. No!
Nope. Nope.
God. Those those light walls are such a bitch.
It's okay. We'll watch you go to victory.
Hopefully. What game is it?
It is Pipe Dream. So I think you got it.
Oh, Pipe Dream I can qualify from. I only think I've not qualified from this once. Which I would say is a pretty good record. I seem to be like second or third place. Fourth. Not bad. Tilt. Come on. There we go. And get over here quick. And do I take the swing or do I go and try to hit the... You know what? I can do this. Oh!
You missed!
Oh, that might cost me.
I think that cost you.
Nope, it did.
Aww. How do you troll someone in Sea of Thieves?
You just brief them.
But how?
Like, constantly finding them on the seas, packing them, stealing their shit.
Gotcha. As a note, that did remind me that with season 6 starting, they had done a very short thing of just like comment a name that you want our Twitter profile to be, and the one with the most likes in X amount of time will change our name to. And the Sea of Thieves account commented saying Sea of Thieves, and then a little bit later, this like, oh no, is this really gonna win? So it did win. Oh, you have Lost Temple.
Oh, cool. Let's see if we can get a crown. That's my bet. Yay, left.
They did end up changing their Twitter account name to Sea of Beans. Man, you were lucking out on this.
Nope,
No.
that's not it. Almost perfect.
Almost.
Nope. Oh wow, they found the Ultra member?
Did they?
I think they did. Because those people didn't come the way I was going. Okay. Nope, shit.
Aww.
I missed. If I hit the load pad, I could probably won.
Sea of Beans is very good. Let's see. Did I grab? Yeah, I grabbed enough people, so... Oh, grab players in full tilt.
Yep. Like I said, do it at the checkpoints. Also, I thought I had to do emotes.
Do we need to do it? No, I don't. Also, I realize it's December 1st now. Which means there's only a month left of the year. Also, processing the fact that it's coming up to a year of being in New York as well.
Yeah.
Which feels weird to think about. Oh, they saw you? Uh-oh. Hopefully it all goes as planned, Myth.
I've already grabbed people on this one. I've already grabbed people on both. So I just have to do a mode. So probably what I should do is just get near the end and just actually start loading.
Probably. Because, unfortunately, it won't let you emote when you're up in the air.
The mode's too powerful for midair, right? Oh,
Too
damn.
powerful. Well,
I actually missed the pipe.
I miss the pipe too.
I mean, I hit it technically, but not. But I fell out.
Yeah. Everyone coming together like that is rough. Oh, nope, I missed it.
Damn it.
I don't know how that worked, but I'll take it.
Oh, I real. Oh, shit. I hit a bumper and it lost me.
No.
No, I'm good. I haven't taken this path before, but it doesn't seem like that where it's at. Oh shit! Nope.
Man, you were playing a dicey game there.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
No, there are a lot of people ahead of you.
I'm not good. No,
You were the last person through.
Yeah, and
You were riding that edge.
I got, I think, most of my votes in. Do it for the thing, right?
Are you proud of yourself?
No, of course not.
Oh
Why
my.
would I be proud of myself? I can't.
Part of my brain is just kind of like, I'm just recovering from being sick mostly. But also, brain is just kind of like, you know what sounds good? Just ramen. Ramen and a slushie. I don't think you heard me.
No, I heard you. I mean, ramen sounds good, yes. Not sure why it's slushy, but, like, I'm not going to judge. Like, ice cream sounds good.
Ice cream also sounds good.
Actually, we haven't gone to, like, the Baskin Robbins nearby in a hot minute.
We haven't. Oh, there's nothing there.
Mostly because we've been having Ben and Jerry's. Even though Ben and
Yeah.
Jerry's is more expensive.
Is it?
At least for, like, get the cost. Oh, unless you get it on sale, the Ben and Jerry's is actually more expensive.
Oh.
At least size. Like, you can get like a quart of Baskin Robbins for the price that you can get like a pin of Ben and Jerry's base. But also, I usually get Ben and Jerry's when it's on sale, so it's not.
It's not the full price of it.
Yeah.
There's a Master Chief figurehead? What?
Oh no.
Sea of Thieves?
I mean, I'm not surprised. Microsoft owns both. Remember, Microsoft owns Rare.
I know.
The fact that so many Rare games are so, the fact that you know Microsoft's been so cooperative with Nintendo, like I said, it still seems like this one prolonged dunk on Sony from all the way back in the Minecraft and Fortnite days when they would used to go and. Are you trying to grab people?
Yeah. I'm sorry, sir. Let me grab you. What?
The fact that you saw and you got me and like, nope.
I mean, I think it's still initiated as a grab.
I think it did count as a grab, but it just.
It's just like, I'm not trying to stop you from going. I need this. Honestly, the ramen just comes from the fact that, like, we used to have that whenever we weren't feeling good because it was kind of like a quick noodle thing. noodle soup thing. Um, I'm pretty sure I've told people before. I've definitely shown up Apcarnist before, but one of the things we used to do when we weren't feeling good, I know people usually do like chicken noodle soup and like crackers and like stuff, and we would do that too, but we would also take miso soup and pour it over like some rice, so that way it was mostly soup with some rice, and it would still have like the tofu and the green onions in it, but it was meant to make it a little bit more heartier of a soup with the rice, so that way we weren't just.
I missed the initial jump.
Oh.
Okay. Then grab this and okay, and then okay. Stand here for a hot second.
Whoops! I apparently did not grab it, so.
Nope. I missed. Oh. Nope. That's so not working.
But yeah, that is comfort foody, especially when sick. No.
I'm just bouncing up and down.
Oh no! I came at the wrong time.
Okay, I just basically did jump.
No! My way is not working very well right now.
Got you 17 points.
Exactly, 17th place, man.
I don't think that's working well enough.
Well enough.
You're not. Are you starting next to me? No, you're not. Not at all.
Not at all.
Well, see you in the light. Remember, you're allowed to travel to this light. That's a little bit more bit of a joke, actually. Oh shit. Back. Fucking. Okay.
No.
Shit.
The music died.
Yeah, it did.
The music died.
The light took away the music.
The light took away the music.
And I should be the first one to qualify? Yep. And oh no.
I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
Oh! 13th place for you. Are you proud of yourself?
No. The figurehead? Let me see. Oh my goodness. To be fair, I don't know what I was expecting, but it certainly wasn't that. I've told it to Apcarnist too that, like, just because it comes to mind, is that I feel like I keep either getting sick or like my body's just kind of like, you're not gonna be fit enough right now to be able to do the thing.
Left, you go right. Or what's left? So I know it's not squads, but
It's not squads, but
Crony's left.
oh,
Over here.
heck.
Shit.
Straight. Heck.
Yep. Which means
I got bopped on the head.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make this.
No, I'm not either, so don't feel bad.
Uh... Actually, wait. So, I just need 400 more, which is literally everything.
Yeah. Yep. The hard ones will, of course, be getting the gold medals. But you got one already.
I got one.
And you have a few more days to get 2 more, right?
Yeah, because it just started today.
Yep.
Where I was just gonna go with that is that I just wish my body would just cooperate, yes. Like, part of it is that I know that when I was working, it was just kind of a tough luck. In my mind, it's just like, well, I don't really have the hours to just be calling out, so I'm just going to go in and just deal with it being painful for however long it is. And just, especially with the hospital where it was just continuously like, some part of my body is in pain, and that's just life now. But with trying to do better about resting and stuff, it's just like, please cooperate. Please don't be in pain. Especially when apparently sleeping wrong somehow, some way means that just my entire shoulder blade is just like pins and needles for a good couple of days, and like, I don't know what I did to anger you. I'm sure part of it is old age, and I'm sure part of it is the fact that I didn't get to sleep on a real bed for a very long time.
And now we sleep on like a $4,000 mattress.
It's expensive.
It's good. Oh, to be fair, it's not. The mattress is like 3.5. It just that it has that additional, you know, can go in, like, you can make it so that the head and foot parts are lifted. So that's the extra 500. Hi there.
Hi.
I just realized you changed your costume again.
But didn't you look at my screen though when you were talking to me?
Does that really mean you think I noticed that you changed your costume?
I mean, if I'm in the costume screen, doesn't that mean I'm gonna change my costume? Man, this is just not working out.
I'm trying to tilt it. Go on without me.
I'm sorry.
Look, I'm willing to help you. We might qualify. Let's keep that tilted. Okay. Thank you. And come on, get over here.
This one is gonna be a time and a half.
Okay, let's go. Quick. Oh, shit.
Oh, I'm still alive.
Yeah, ain't dead yet, bitch.
Wait, don't go through. Don't go through. I don't know how many grabs I need to do.
Probably.
Hi.
Okay.
Welcome to our grab party, apparently. Welcome back, Kira. I hope dinner was good. Yeah, new season started yesterday. And honestly, the thing I'm most excited about is that I finally get to have my name. It was the last of the turkey? Nice. We still have like one more serving of turkey. Mostly because it's just like I was not feeling super great. So.
And you haven't.
Instead, talking about ice cream. Open face sandwich. That sounds delicious. Oh, that just reminds me that we still have gluten-free rolls. And Apcarnist wasn't as much of a fan of them just because of how dense they were, which is fine. It just means more for me.
Yeah, you can have all of them.
I can have all of the gluten-free rolls.
Oh god, what the fuck? Okay, well, I'm lagging.
Which is about the closest thing to toast I'm gonna have right now. Like, leftover turkey sandwiches are basically just comatose the sandwich. No! Heck. You people. Ah, people blocking me.
God damn it. Okay, what's there?
Almost.
You can do it!
They were very dense rolls, unfortunately, so we're thinking next time probably just not do as much of the gum. Sex. How's it pronounced? Sexium? Saxium?
Wait, Xanathan.
Xanathan. I was way off. Xanathan gum. Because the recipe I followed was to use 1.5 teaspoons, which seems like a lot for the rolls that I did. So we're thinking just like next time.
Yeah.
Do a little less.
Like, if anything, like I said, probably like 1 teaspoon would be enough, but
Yeah.
even then, I would suggest like maybe even starting as little as like half a teaspoon, and then if it still feels a little too much, just add like another quarter of a teaspoon at a time. It's definitely one of those cases that you can always add, and you definitely can't subtract.
Yeah. It's much like cooking, like, anything in general. Like, if something's undercooked, you can fix that by cooking it more generally. You can't really fix something that's been overcooked to the point of it being burnt.
Okay.
Oh no!
I saw what was happening and quickly moved.
I tried and I just couldn't. Man, you're already through.
Yep. Not that far behind.
I don't know what happened to the music, but
It's just like sighing. 20th place. I don't see a problem here.
the recipe I followed also called for gluten-free yeast, so I'm glad that I have that. And that yeast isn't a problem for me.
It's just sweet.
Just wheat. Which you would think they would be the same. At least I would think so, but apparently they're not. At least from what I've been read and told. Why would it be the worst facial hair cosmetics? It's 2000 bad boy band goatee. Oh no.
What the fuck? What the hell hit me?
I will take a look in just a second, Myth. I think I know which one you're talking about based on that description, though.
Okay, I'm doing this side.
Some sides are just easier than others, it feels like.
Yeah, knowing way you can really change that is if you memorize paths. I'm not doing the swing right this moment. I'm just launching myself. And somehow win. Okay, you can do it. Good idea on the running start. I like that person might grab you.
I thought they were going to, but I'm glad they didn't.
I don't know how I got first place, but I'm taking it. And I think we're going to a finale. I'm pretty sure we're going to a finale.
I think so. This would be enough for a secret temple. That is much more chin fluff than I was originally thinking. That is a lot of chin fluff. The thought of goatees are also interesting, that someone would just kind of want just a little bit of hair in just like the one spot on their chin, but maybe nowhere else. And I know there's some people that are not really able to grow hair into like a full beard, so sometimes that's just kind of how it goes, which is completely fine and valid. Oh my goodness.
It's left. Nope. Straight. I'm going straight. Nope, shit. Oh, wait. Both ways worked?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
What?
Someone... Go, 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 go!
That's the first time I've actually won one. Holy shit.
Meow.
That's the first time I've actually won one.
Yay. I totally fucked. By yourself.
I finally have a low crown on my head.
They need one more round.
Uh,
And you need a lot more silver medals.
I need a lot more silver medals.
But hey, that can come with time, right?
I've also never won. Honestly, I've never won any of the single ones. And
Yeah.
sometimes Hidden Temple is a squads game, and I've never won it either in a squad game.
We're
And
mostly just trying to find the route.
The only other game I've ever won as a single one, and it just felt like it was very much a fluke, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about it, was just that they did an event of April Fools where there was one tail and like 30 people trying to get at this one tail and having it at the end of the timer.
I think it was 24, but close enough, right?
It was a lot. But, yeah, that was the only other one, and it definitely felt like more of a fluke, because it's just like, it's not the normal game, and I've never won any of the normal games. There was once I came real close to winning that one, and then I was not used to being there, so I didn't know that I couldn't, like, dive and not grab.
Yeah.
Which feels like a design flaw on my part, but...
It is, in my opinion. Like, it...
Granted, that's the way they've decided to design the game, and that's fine.
It's probably for balance reasons.
It probably is. There would probably be people that would exploit the shit out of it, honestly.
Yeah.
But especially with that crown, I do wish that I could just dive and grab. And because that was what lost me that one where I was super close. It's just like, oh, I can't just touch it. I can't just dive touch.
Yeah,
I gotta grab, and you can't dive and grab.
Okay, there we go. You know, that works. Yes, get hit by water balloons.
That is entirely up to you, Cam.
I mean, it's so goodbye. Like,
It's still a good buy.
It's only I think it's only like $10 right now, and like like you don't have to put money into it to get cosmetics you want. Really, you might like everything is very achievable. So in terms of getting cosmetic, and honestly, like it's a good game.
The battle pass also is just given to you for free.
Yeah.
Oh, I got bopped on the head.
Oh. Oh, you got footstool.
Yep,
Nice.
Yep. I sure did. I enjoy the costumes that they've come out with. And
Yeah.
they've gotten a lot of different varieties on costumes now. Yeah. Like, the costumes, it looks like for this season, is Ghost of Tsushima? I think?
It might be.
It looked like it was Ghost of Tsushima.
It's,
Last season, there was a Spelunky one.
Yes. And then they had like random Jungle Book costumes during one of the events.
Yeah, one of the events was that. There was also Ratchet and Clank. There was Kenna, Bridge of Spirits. Not as events, but just as a, hey, we made this, you can get it if you want, is there's a Sonic costume, there's a Knuckles costume, there's Peabody.
Yeah.
There was an event for a Shovel Knight costume, which I have.
And the thing is,
yeah, there is also a Dead Cello.
Yeah.
And there's also Near Andromeda, I believe. I
And the
believe
thing
that's
is
the
with most costumes, even if they don't, even if, like, a lot of them, even, it's, except for, like, if they're put into the store ever, like, they might be there, they're guaranteed there for, like, a limited time, but they'll rotate through.
yeah.
Like, it will be, that means you're gonna have to log on daily to see if you can find it, but, you know.
But it could be there.
Yeah.
And there's some stuff in the shop that doesn't... Whoopsies.
Show up.
There's some stuff that doesn't get rotated out daily. Sometimes it gets rotated out every couple days.
I think it's 3. And those are the feature items, which is usually where, like, if there's some special promotion going on.
Yeah.
And can I win 2 in a row? Yes! You can do it!
And there's some costumes that you can just buy outright because they have, like, their
Like,
additional, like...
cash store.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, they don't charge you for the season pass. They don't, like, the only thing you can buy besides some additional costumes are kudos. And the thing is, if you play enough, you're just gonna get a fuck ton of kudos. I'm sitting on, like, 170,000.
But you also don't change out anything, so you don't really buy anything.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to change out costumes every 2 seconds. Meow.
It's not every 2 seconds, it's when I feel like it. But yeah, they have a lot of different costumes. And now that it's on season 6, they have a lot of different modes. And one of the things they did that helped out last season was like just at the tail end of their last season, they were doing like double and then triple fame, so that way people had the option to finishing the battle pass, which was appreciated because I was able to finish my battle pass with that.
Yeah. Like, they're very generous. And to be fair, Fall Guys is literally the company's 2nd game. And this rate, you know, who knows if they ever really need to make... I mean, I'm sure they're going to make another game. But at this rate, I would not put money against if they make a 2nd game. It's literally just Fall Guys 2.
I wouldn't blame them.
You know that shit... You know it's pulling good money. That's the thing.
They could also do the cross-platform and also be able to make it available on all consoles, so there would be benefit to it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's already cross-platform.
Oh, cross-progression, I think.
Yes, I think that's... Which, I don't know...
I think they introduced cross-progression this
They
one?
might have done that with the Epic Game Awards, to be fair. I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of the features that was introduced.
No, no! I went too far.
So I made it.
There we go. Just barely.
Now time to catch some sunlight, right?
Possibly. If it sends us through that again.
I assume it will.
I assume so.
That's the common...
Anytime I move, I feel the cracking of my body. And it's just like, oh, please don't. I feel like it is. I play it on controller,
Yeah.
I know there are some people that have done like mouse and keyboard, but for me, it definitely feels better being
For
able to do it on
me,
a controller.
basically any platformer feels better on a controller. I just use a knockoff wired Xbox One controller because.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
get outside. No, stop moving. I am definitely behind the curve right now. Okay, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Oh boy!
You're.
Oh boy! Oh, there we go.
Yeah, you qualified well ahead of me, so.
Yee! I'm surprised, actually.
No, I'm not, because I barely caught any of the initial few seconds.
Also, I realized they do like monthly like bundles of like a costume or coins or crowns on like Twitch's Prime thingy.
Yeah, in
Whatever it's called now. Whatever you get with having the Amazon Prime thingies. So that's something that can be claimed once a month. It seems
I
like
think
that's been
it's
the pace
Prime
they've doing it.
Gaming. That's what it's called.
Prime Gaming.
Which
It doesn't feel good to
no,
say.
because it's like, aren't you supposed to be promoting like artists and people?
Yeah, that's right. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel as good as like, saying Twitch, because it feels like it's very much a hey, we recognize our platform is mostly used for gaming. So, as such, we're just going to
Oh fuck!
oh no. As such, only offers we'll have will just be for the gamers.
Gamers TM.
Hmm?
Gamers TM.
Gamers TM, the pro gamers, the ones that may or may not have broken their keyboard in a fit of rage over League of Legends, and I say that because I've seen it happen.
Oh, I'm gonna say over Delta.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You didn't cut me off, did you?
I don't know, but it looked like I was about to. Whoops, I fell.
There's a giant. Okay, no, fuck. Okay. Shit.
Thinking about it, I've played 2 games now where 2 of them had
The guy grabbed me.
rude. I've had 2 games that I've played this year that have had Punch Out montages, and part of me is just like, maybe I should just play Punch Out at least once before the end of the year.
I imagine a Wii copy of Punch Out would be fucking expensive, though.
Why we specifically?
Well, to be fair, the Wii Punch Out is arguably the best version of Punch Out.
Also?
I would say it is.
I mean, I believe you. I'm just curious.
How expensive is it? I'm gonna look on GameStop mostly because that's when I can.
No, that's fair. Well, Punch Out for the Wii pre-owned is apparently $25.
Yeah, plus.
But it's not available on GameStop.
Yeah, pick up in store, and I don't know where the closest GameStop is.
Well, I mean, the one it says is closest to me is out of stock. Whether or not that's actually true, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just thought it'd be a funny bit of it being, well... Did I spell? Try to go to Amazon and it being like, I spelled it wrong and it took me nowhere instead. Well, you wouldn't want to get it off of Amazon because it's apparently hiked up in price there.
Only $200.
Only?
Or you look a little further down, it's $86.
But that's with it from a Japanese import, which means that neither one of us is going to know what's being said. At least not until I start learning more Japanese.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's just
Which
like,
obviously Amazon would not be the place to get it off of. Sorry, I know I've gotten sidetracked. I'm just. I really want to know. Because I could get a digital copy of the original Punch Out and apparently Super Punch Out for like $5.
yeah, you could, like, Super Punch Out is pretty good. But, again, I would just say that the Wii version is arguably the most definitive version.
No, that's fair. It looks like it's much more reasonable off of eBay, so that's a thought.
Yeah, that is a thought. Anyway.
I probably just need to, at some point, actually set it up so people can actually see my screen whenever I decide to go on these endeavors. So be like, okay, come with me. Let's go on this random endeavor of finding out how much Punch Out is on the Wii. But also, I don't know if that would interest anyone other than myself, and I can always narrate what it is I'm doing on my end.
Okay, fair. I'm just looking at my Spotify rap.
That is true.
And it's actually not what I thought it was, because I forgot about a certain song that I have listened on repeat more than a few times.
That is true. I forget that eBay is not super okay with that. Or just more so that it just kind of displays a lot of that information. It's just like, well, we're basing it off of the zip code and the mileage of the zip code. So it's just like, cool. Probably would not. I'd probably do it for the things I know wouldn't give any information. Which probably wouldn't be a whole lot of places. Other than the fact of just, like, I guess, Google searching things. Hi. Ah, I got bopped.
Oh, actually ran into a bumper. Come on, keep going.
Feel like Dan has done it a few times. Maybe? I don't know. Mostly because I don't retain that information. A lot of customer service that I would do was handling a lot of that sensitive information, so for me it was just like, okay, I'm gonna be quick to forget that information. I'm not gonna retain that at all. Oof. Just remember streams going down to delete bots. That's fair. Doing what he can to protect himself. So far, I don't think it's led to anything negative. I don't think I've done anything that would necessarily be doxing myself.
Yeah.
I don't think, at least. Granted, like, I know that my face is out there, so if someone, I guess, was to try really hard to look in New York, like, maybe, but also,
Good luck.
I feel like there would have to be some sort of knowledge of New York in general, and I I don't always consistently at the same time go to places at the same times and whatnot. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, like buying stuff on Steam? Oh, gotcha.
Fucking hell. I am definitely not doing well. I'm sitting at 29%.
Nah, generally I save my buying on Steam for when I, before stream.
You already qualified?
Yeah. Hey, Toucans. We're not currently. We were contemplating acquiring a copy of Punch Out for the Wii because I realized that we've had a lot of Punch Out montages in a bunch of other games this year. That part of me just feels like it would be ironic to close the year out with Punch Out at some point. And here was bringing up the point too of just like making sure I'm not doxing myself. Because
So
that
we
is.
would love a copy of Punch Out for the Wii.
And I know that like at one point, Apcarnist had joked about like, oh, with it being the holidays, maybe you should just make like an Amazon wish list thing for people to do. And I was thinking about this. It's like, oh, that was months ago that he kind of semi-joked about that, and part of me's like, I don't know if I should do that or not. I would just rather people focus on themselves or their own families and stuff.
I mean, it does seem like when it comes to Amazon wishlist, the only thing that you have to give another person is your name, which I don't know how comfortable you fucking hell. I am definitely behind it right now.
I mean, isn't it just like first name though?
No, it would be your whatever name you have on Amazon.
Oh, gotcha.
Basically the address name, to be precise.
That's fair.
So, I mean, I don't know how much you, like, I know
Tria does something that is...
Yeah, and we've ordered for Tria.
We have. But that was off of an Amazon wish list.
Yeah, and
He's done something else since then that's supposed to be, like...
Even more private.
Yeah, even more anonymous.
Yeah, and, like...
But I also don't know what it would be, so it's just like, eh. I'm fine with just holidays hanging out with people. No. And I'm probably not going to, seeing how many people are in front of me. Yep.
Ooh. I thought what happened was like, ooh.
Yeah, I was hoping it would still, like, let me grab something, but no.
Yeah.
Not allowed to grab people by the ankles. You can't grab people when it's important.
He can't be an ankle biter now.
Can't grab people when it's important. Like all cartoon style. But all this is going back to the fact that Punch Out on the Wii is being sold on Amazon for $200, and that's too much money, and it would be more beneficial to try and get a copy off of eBay.
At that point, you would consider just getting an emulator.
Maybe.
Like, I would buy it if there was like a virtual console version. Something.
I mean, I would too, because we have a Wii U. We technically have two, but
Yeah. The point remains. Like, if I don't think we can do a digital download.
I don't
Really
think
check.
so.
People, hit the button. Don't be greedy. Just hit the button. We're all. Oh fuck.
The Wii was definitely before the days of a lot of digital versions of things, so...
Yes, but the Wii U, like, I don't know if there's any Wii games sold via Wii U. It,
Technically, but, like, I think it was...
either way, it's probably...
I'm seeing some people, like, have videos listed that they got it from, like, the Wii U Virtual Console, so...
Okay, maybe we can check that out. Like, it's not the same, but honestly, like, if we wanted to do this...
I just figured that that would be funny, but...
I think it would be funny, too.
Now I'm getting into ROM territory, apparently, so...
Into what?
Oh, it said download, and I was like, maybe digital download? It's just like, no, that's ROM download. That's not what I want.
Okay, well, just me versus the world.
Good luck.
I don't know, the world tends to win.
No. So, I can check on my Wii U later to see if there would be a way of being able to do that, do you think? Or... Because there are still plenty of games that you can get off of the Wii U's eShop. Like, you can get the original Pikmin and Pikmin 2 off of it. I like the Pikmin games. I don't know if I'd be super great at them, but...
Gods, people, stop getting in my... fuck. I just got tackled. Oh! Okay. I'm alive. I think. Ah, fuck you. Nope, 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 fuck. I deflect. Oh well. You can exit out now.
I'll let it finish going. Yeah, taking a look, I think this is the one. You want to come see?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, 20 bucks.
Digital.
Digital.
Okay, cool.
But 20 bucks rather than 200 bucks.
Yeah. And we can spend $180 at the Burdot, right? Yeah, as a note, everyone, 22nd and 23rd, we won't be available.
I'll remember to put it on a calendar.
Just put in your adjustments.
Yee.
But yeah, 22nd, 23rd, we will be available. We'll be going into the Borgata in Atlantic City and just enjoying the time and possibly with my old man.
I mean, wouldn't that be considered a dox?
Eh, if they can look, there's going to be hundreds of people at the Borgata. If they can figure out which person we are,
I mean, I've shared my photo online before, so.
eh, that's fair. Fair. Clearly, you just have to stay in the room all the time now. I cheat.
know.
But
I'm sure it's fine.
yeah. This is already getting to that time of night where games are not filling. Or, no, just need a kick in the ass.
Yeah, and I mean, we still have dailies that we'll need to do Apex wise.
Yeah. And we can work on those a lot.
My Chemical Romance had done an anniversary shirt that sold out super quick. And it just keeps torturing me with sending me emails of like, hey, we saw you were looking at this thing if you wanted to buy it. And I keep looking and it's just like, no, we're sold out of all these sizes. And it's just like, well, please stop sending me emails getting my hopes up then. Part of me was thinking that at some point get a t-shirt, or I guess see about modifying further the t-shirt I have, because it's very holy now. But I guess I could make it more punk looking and just remove the sleeves altogether. Hi.
Hi. Okay, I'll go over here. Just make sure we have room for both of us. You got a little bit ahead of me because I actually started walking. Let's see if we can both wrap this.
You still got first, I think.
Oh,
No, wait, no. Okay. What?
It's just the synchronization on all of that. Got a minute, it was a little fun. Well, Goose clearly does not care.
Goose is hanging out.
Going quack.
I also realize it's turned to a point of cold outside that I need to leave the house in warm clothes and change into workout clothes once I get there.
Yeah.
Which is just like, why? I don't really like getting changed a whole lot in front of other people, and it's just like, I know I have to share this, and I know no one else probably cares, but
You know what the best place to change is? Bathroom stalls.
yes, but also I don't know how regularly they're cleaned, and if something important falls on the ground, it's just like, I don't want to have to think about the fact that this touched the toilet floor. Yeah, door one bullshit. There are a lot of bullshit ones.
I like the door one.
Guess who's stuck? Man, I keep trying to like save this and it's not working. Yeah, this is not working.
No crap! I would have got a perfect run.
I'm probably not going to be able to do this one.
I almost went from 0 to 100 in one shot. Oh. You didn't realize what percentage you were at.
I told you. I kind of hacked it up.
You're at 50. You got.
This one is bullshit. It's just like, they bopped me.
I mean, you still made it.
And then that sometimes just doesn't work.
I mean, I would have tried to do that and see if I can get the last 11%. My performance. How do you feel?
I don't like how close I made that.
Hey, it could be where you got back-to-back just qualified.
Oof. Yeah. Big oof.
Yay!
A lot of them are just trying to get the physics to work in your favor, honestly.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes you're just kind of like, well, beans. This is life now.
I mean, that's Fall Guys in a nutshell, trying to get the physics to work with you, right?
Basically.
I don't think we're too far. I think we're like 2 apart. Or maybe we're right next to each other. No, you're over there. Okay. Button. And we're going to play first. Oh god. A little bit of puck.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, thank you. Oh shit.
Oh no!
I'm going backwards. No, I'm caught. I'm trapped.
Where are you trapped?
I was trapped underneath the little thing.
Oh no, I've gotten trapped there before.
I should be unqualified. Shit. No. Come on. Come on. Okay. Did you qualify?
I did. It's a little sketchy.
I think there's going to be one more race for finale.
I think so.
I still like the new games of this season. Like, I didn't like a lot of Season 5 games, but some of them were definitely a little more bullshit than others. Mostly like the Rhino one, where you should like, oh, here's 3 rhinos that will charge at you, survive. Like, that one was always a little bullshit. You always somehow survived. Not always, but you know my point.
Always survives what?
The Rhino one.
Oh, I mean, more often than not, but...
Which is surprising, because I died more often than not.
This one's a rough one to be on. Ow.
Oh fuck, I almost got knocked off. That would have sent me back and probably been an automatic DQ.
I got bopped.
By the little things.
Yeah.
I saw you, because I landed right next to you.
You make it?
Yep. I had the water balloon hit me in such a way that knocked me into the pipe. Oh, I guess they're taking the pipe.
Well, I
Oh!
mean, that was intentional.
Sure, that was intentional.
No, it was intentional going the way of the pipe. It wasn't intentional going over the goal.
Uh-oh. Well, we're in a
Did you get another bullshit one, Cam? This one is a big bullshit one, it feels like, because you have to, and I can't even do it properly, account for other people's chaos and try to adjust to it. Usually we just do this one in duos though, to where I'm the one creating the chaos.
Yep, and I try to win. Duos or squads.
But for this one, with not being in duos or squad,
Yep.
it's
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry? I'm the one who accidentally cut you off. I mean...
We have to one person gets to survive.
Nope, I actually have to cut you off. Oh, darn it, you! I just saw a person, okay?
Instinct took over.
Can you blame me?
I mean, I don't blame you. Whoops. Full tilt is a lot. I already don't like the seesaw levels. And the fact that they decided to make them worse with them being round platforms that just it's a full tilt and it tilts anywhere instead of just seesaw range.
Dude, don't. Well, me and this guy are gonna kill each other. Well, I'm second place, and I'm like, nope, there's no way I can delay this long. I like full tilt.
Full tilt is hard.
I took some seats off. I know that's not saying much, but also, like, at least I feel like I have a little bit more control of both.
Like, I understand it, but also it only, like, takes off a small edge of the chaotic energy that it has in general. Airtime. Whoops. Hang in there. As much as you can. Hey Kurt, I hope you're doing good. I got my first actual win on stream. So yeah.
First solo win.
First solo win. There have been plenty of like trio and squad wins, but I've never won like a real a real main show. The closest I came to, which is technically a win, and the game counts it as a win, is an April Fool's one that they did. I'm not gonna make that. April Fool's one where there were like 25 people and there was one tail and you had to be holding the tail to win the overall game. There were no other there were no other game modes. It's just like you went in, that was the game. If you had the tail, you won.
Are you enjoying Fall Guys? Oh god, it's grab game. Okay.
Crab game.
It's the fighting game with crabs.
Oh, is that the one where I think I saw it on the Silly Game block?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Wait, no. What game are we referring to then? Because I'm pretty sure
It's a parody of Squid Game? I would probably have to see it then. Oh, no, no, no!
No!
I goofed. I second guessed myself, and I got bopped for it.
Ooh! Some might make it.
Really unpolished Squid Game video game. See, this is why it just has some chaotic energy that just does not flow super well sometimes. Oh, and someone's being grabby. Don't be grabby.
It's round one. Just get to the finish line. Don't be that guy. Yeah.
Oh, there are several people hanging out. The unpolished bits are where the charm lives. Nice. I'm glad you're having fun with it.
No, I don't want to. I'm not trying to quit.
Full tilt for the first game. Yeah, it sure is. And I don't think that red text is supposed to be there. I imagine they'll figure it out though.
It's supposed to be a placeholder, so there's a game that we don't know about.
That we don't know about yet. I'm very happy that I was able to at least have it as some sort of recording that I finally got a win.
Oh, no, I'm not hitting that pipe. You just need one more gold, right?
I think I need some silvers too.
Yeah.
That is fair. I think it was like that for a lot of people. I didn't grab that. I know I definitely did not finish a whole lot of the season passes. Not like Apex.
You finished season 4 and season 5.
Aw, how did that not count? That was rude. Nice. Nice, Cam. I think I got like halfway through I think I got through like halfway of season 1's ish. Season 1's battle pass was a trek. I think you basically played that one every day up until it was about to be season 2 to actually achieve it, didn't you?
No, I did it. I played for about half the season every single day, basically. It was the first season 1 battle pass was god. The season pass was just it was way too much because
It was a lot.
because it was like it had such an it wasn't an exponential increase, but it's such a linear increase, and it was just like I had won dozens of games, you know.
Yeah, when a show gets you to go to the next show. And right now the mode we're doing is just purely the new modes for season 6.
Except for the finale, since there's no new finale.
Yeah, apparently there's no new finale, which is surprising.
I'm trying to think, is there any season that didn't add a new finale?
I honestly don't remember. Like we could look through like a wiki, I think.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was actually stuck in the pipe.
Oh no.
I was stuck in the pipe for a second.
The only one I could think of that might be possible is maybe season 2. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure season 2 had unique had finales. Season 3 had been nice. Season 4, I think season 4 had in terms of finales.
I'm trying to remember which it is.
Season 4 is our Neon one. The retro 80s. Did that have any dead?
God, I want to say it did.
I just can't think of one right off my head.
I would really need to, I guess, see a list then.
Yeah.
Ba, ba, ba. Just trying to see if I can get a list here. No, it's not considered. Okay,
Yeah. Anyway, let's go Captain Sun's. Yep.
oh no! I accidentally bopped it. That was me.
Goddamn people, you know, there. You got what you deserve for hitting the button. Shit.
Oh, well.
The light has gone away from basically everyone, to be fair. Okay, this should be good. No. Someone please hit the button.
Oh no!
There, thank you.
I didn't even realize the button had been bopped.
And of course they hit the button behind them.
I'm sorry, I think that was me.
The
I think I accidentally bopped the button.
Oh, as long as we qualify. You did. Of course you did.
Sorry. Let's
I'll
see.
do this one.
This one's chaotic, but at least it feels like it has some fairness level to it, because you just have to be in the light.
Yes. It's like that one mini game in Mario Party.
Of you taking the piranha plant and being able to
Yeah.
like water it underneath all of it.
Yes.
Let's see. Hmm. Let's see. Fall Mountain Jump Show, Lost Temple, Royal Fumble Roll Off, Hexagon, Thin
Yeah.
Ice.
Right.
Oh boy.
Right. Get out of my way. Okay. Shit. Nope.
Oh no.
Straight. Whoa. You're right behind them. It's left, Caroline? Okay.
Yep.
Then it's probably right.
Nope. Dang it. First game is airtime. Oh no. I'm sorry, Cam.
60 people on airtime this rock. I have to admit.
Absolutely.
Wait, you actually won the light one? Or did you just qualify? Silver medal and not gold medals. You're already done, I think.
I think so. Yeah. I got it.
That was a lot faster than I was expecting.
How are you on yours?
Oh, I've been done.
Oh, you've been done? Oh, well,
Surprise.
I'm just the slow one here.
No, you're not.
Well, do you want to work on Apex dailies or no?
How will you and Hero get started? I want to figure out if I'm going to figure out if I want to cook food or do I want to order in.
No, I get you. Like,
It's not that I don't want to play with you, it's just like ideas swap break.
no, you're fine.
Also, I should probably continue looking at work.
You're fine. Like, for me, I keep thinking the soup sounds good, and it's just like, oh.
No. I know soup sounds good, but also that would require me.
That would require you. No breaks only game. I mean, for me, yes. Very lazy high fives.
Yes. What? It's just couple things. Man.
Boop. No, I can't support crumbling. Eat the game for substance. Don't eat the beans. I don't think they have nutritional value. I'm gonna switch. Tasty beans. I'm sure they would fear for their lives though. Okay, let's try. Refi beans are very good. They're even better when they're homemade.
So, yeah. I'm just thinking, what do we want to do for dinner? I know you say you want soup. Or soup sounds good, but I don't know. Like, the only thing I can think of in terms of soup is, like, get canned soup from the store. And I'm not sure how appealing that sounds right now, especially given how much salt is in there. And I know you're very sensitive to the salt.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I try to be easy on the salt, but I'm not. I salt like I enjoy things, and I apparently like lots of salt.
You
Which
you do.
explains my high blood pressure, right?